That being said, I would say the main appeal of this show is the romantic subplot, but that would be a lie. The romance in this show is the main story. That's a line I wrote in my original Miraculous Ladybug review back in 2019, and probably my favorite line I've ever written for a video. Not because it holds any sentimental meaning to me personally, but because it took me watching the review back a couple times before I truly realized how much weight that concept holds in this show. For those of you who haven't seen my previous review or haven't seen the show itself, Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is a superhero show set in Paris, France, following Marinette as the titular Ladybug and Adrien as Cat Noir. Long story short, they don't know each other's identities in and out of costume, even though they're in the same class in the same school. Marinette has a crush on Adrien, and Cat Noir has a crush on Ladybug. That's what the show's really all about. The Love Square. Back when I reviewed this show initially, Season 3 hadn't premiered yet. I only had 2 seasons to form an opinion. If you haven't seen that review, I recommend watching it, and then coming back to this video. Since the 4th season of this show just recently ended as of me writing this, I thought it could be a good opportunity to review it again, seeing that there's, twice as much show to cover now. Oh, and,
lore warning.
That's your official
Lore warning
for this video. I'm gonna say it now. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna say it now. I still love this show. It's that kind of thing you get into, and the anticipation of, ooh, what's gonna happen next, takes over your every waking thought. I thought releasing my initial review would kind of mellow out my need for more of this show. Most times that I make a review, I spend hours upon hours rewatching it to the point where I'm finished and release the video, and I just want nothing to do with this show anymore. I'm sick of it. But Miraculous is weird. This show is like some kind of sleeper agent. That's how it started for me. I was shown a couple episodes in Season 1, and I wasn't all impressed by it. And then after a few years of not thinking about it whatsoever, it resurfaced in my mind, and I ended up watching the whole series, and I fucking loved it. The show had good 3D animation, good action, a cool premise, and enjoyable characters. But none of that was what kept me watching. The romance, for whatever goddamn reason, was the thing that appealed to me. The Love Square really keeps this show going. Without it, it's just a Monster of the Week superhero show, and as much as I love Monster of the Week, this show is so formulaic that I would have stopped watching it after those initial few episodes I saw and never come back. But the Love Square gave this show some real stakes. That's what Season 3 was all about. Writers just playing with the Love Square dynamic, pushing it to its fucking limits. Puppeteer 2 had Marinette fawning over wax statue Adrien. Where Dad was an entire Maricat episode. Cat Blanc was a What If episode, where Adrien and Marinette getting together spelled the end of the fucking world. And Oblivio just here's my reaction from when that episode premiered. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is what everyone was saying. This is why everyone had to react to this episode. That's it. There you go. But then she's gonna do the thing. Take a picture. Do it. Yeah. Good episode. Good episode. Good episode. I still don't know why the romance is my favorite thing about this show. I've never, and I mean never, had any interest in fictional relationships. I don't know why, and I don't think I want to know why. I tried analyzing why the romance is so enjoyable in the show, and I've given up at this point. I just like it, and I'm just okay with that. But then hear me out, hear me out. What if the Love Square was a love hexagon? That's right, there's 2 new contenders for the place of Marinette or Adrien's significant other, and that's Luca and Kagami, who everyone in this fandom kinda hates. Luca is your typical fuckboy who just plays guitar because it's the easiest to find lessons for. Women love musicians, and this guy just wants to put the least effort in as possible to steal Marinette away. Kagami is just a total spurg.
Here. Oh. No fish.
I don't, is that offensive? I don't know. That's what she is. She has no social skills and wants Adrian all to herself, even though they're not compatible in the slightest, even for an outsider looking in. Really, she's only here because her mother and Adrian's father are in some sort of business partnership. Oh wait, I have a solution. Let's pair them together. That couldn't cause some wacky conflict that would make the perfect season 5 episode premise, could it? Jeremy Zag, if you're hiring writers, I'm just an email away. The love hexagon was really short-lived. A candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long? Nah, this candle started out broken and slightly melted. At the end of season 3, it looked like Luca and Kagami were going to become the new love interest in the show, end up causing some conflict in season 4. They ended up causing conflict alright in 2 episodes. Kagami was never heard from again, and the writers had new plans for Luca.
Live your childhood dream!
Marinette?
My son!
Thank you, Luca. Thanks to you, our secret identities were preserved and no one discovered who Cat Noir and I really are. Not even you, right?
Not even me.
Luca's new role in this show is something that I really like. He went from a two-dimensional side character to someone with a lot of stakes in the show. Season 4 kind of puts this love square on the back burner and focuses on some more serious identity issues, and I really like that turning point. The first 3 seasons seem so similar that sometimes I can't tell them apart. Season 4 set the existing formula aside. Marinette is now the new guardian of the Miraculous, on top of being the main protector of Paris. That kind of position is understandably stressful, and the writers make that very clear.
Oh, this is bigger than us, Alia. Way too big.
If it's too big, 2 of us can handle it better than 1.
If I tell you things will never be the same between us again, it'll mess up everything, maybe even destroy it.
Marinette, I'm your very best friend.
And I am Ladybug.
This has easily become my second favorite scene in this entire show. This single moment transformed Alia from a side character that I barely cared about to my favorite character in the entire show. This was a character who was obsessed with superheroes, especially Ladybug, with her longtime goal to find out who Ladybug's alter ego was. When she discovered that alter ego was actually Marinette, her best friend, she put her fangirl attitude behind her so she could be the person Marinette needed right there and then. Quite literally a shoulder to cry on. Now Ladybug had someone who she could trust behind the scenes, someone to just understand what being the main hero of Paris and a normal teenage girl at the same time really entails. And that's where the new overarching conflict comes to in season 4. Ladybug trusts someone more than Cat Noir, and he knows it. Cat Noir isn't just some other superhero that Ladybug has to hand a Miraculous to like everyone else. He's in charge of his own superheroism. And suddenly it seems to him that Ladybug doesn't trust him or doesn't even need him. Being the Guardian, she can hand out a Miraculous to anyone she needs. Cat Noir barely needs to show up, and at one point renounces his own powers.
And take my Miraculous back when you're done!
Okay, whatever, see you later.
I won't waste your time anymore, I promise. Claws in. I'm sorry, Plague.
Whoa, hang on!
What does he mean, take back his Miraculous?
That one ended up being one of my favorite overall episodes of Season 4. Kuro Neko. I'm always a sucker for an Adrian episode. I already made my video about Adrian and how he's the most important character in the story, despite, Marinette being the main character. Without him, every overarching conflict in the show would fall apart. Not only the love square, but Hawkmoth's motivation and Ladybug's need for a secret identity. The biggest complaint of Season 4 that I remember hearing thrown around in the fandom is something I complained about back in the New York special. This show has too many superheroes. For a show with Ladybug and Cat Noir in the title, these new assholes sure get a lot of frickin' screen time. I like to think of this as the writers showing that Marinette is kind of sloppy as a guardian. The previous guardian gave out 2 to start, and then let Marinette take 1 miraculous at a time to give to someone else she trusted. Now that Marinette has control of every miraculous in the box, she feels the need to just dish them out like whenever she feels like it. And I don't think that's just to show off new superhero designs. I think it's intentionally showing that Marinette is getting too comfortable fighting Hawkmoth. Who needs to plan out an attack when you just have power in numbers?
Team, I'm gonna need all of you now, more than ever.
The season 4 finale really hit a home run with that pitch. Hawkmoth sees how Ladybug is getting sloppy, handing out these superpowers to so many people. He forces her to take a risk, which ends up giving him access to the entire stash. Now that power and numbers she's been relying on so heavily is just gone, and Hawkmoth is more powerful than ever. Ladybug is at her lowest point right now, about to ready to give up and surrender.
I wanted to control everything. I didn't listen to you. I lied to you. I kept you at a distance. Every time you offered me a helping hand, I never took it. I really made a mess of everything.
Milady.
This has become my absolute favorite scene in the entire show. Cat Noir has always been seen as a sidekick to Ladybug, but I think in this very moment, Cat Noir is the true hero of Paris. He's the last one ready to make a stand against this newly empowered supervillain. Cat Noir isn't second to Ladybug, he's her partner. Partnerships split the work 50-50. That's how it's always been, and that's what Ladybug has ignored for a lot of Season 4.
Ladybug sent to stand in and didn't see fit to tell me about it.
I'm sure she didn't have time.
As usual, no need to keep the cat in the loop.
Season 4 has been a slow turn of events for the show, but the finale was the largest turning point. And it accomplished that without compromising the love square. My favorite thing about the show is still there, while new developments that I'm also way into get introduced. If I started watching the show at Season 4, I don't think I would have to say that the romance is my favorite thing. This season had a lot going for it, especially compared to the previous 3 seasons. At the end of my original review, I didn't know who I could recommend this show to, other than teenage girls who were into the romantic side. Now I can confidently say that Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is my favorite currently running show on TV, and I absolutely recommend it to everyone who's a fan of cartoons. Starting at Season 4, it has something for everyone. Action, romance, monster of the week, and an overarching storyline. I'm excited for this show's future. There are at the very least 3 more seasons, 3 specials, and 2 movies planned. And you'll bet your ass I'll be here for all of it. I fucking love this show. Jeremy Zag, hire me as a writer. Please, for the love of God. I want to write for his kids show. That's my goal in life. I want to make a kids show.
Mary, your coffee is as undrinkable as ever.